We will explore spiritual practices that transform our relationship with abundance and scarcity, addressing how releasing what no longer serves and cultivating gratitude can open up unexpected paths to prosperity. Get ready for a journey of self-knowledge that promises not only to enlighten your mind, but also to transform your life. I am Dory. On our channel, we explore Buddhist practices and rituals that help cultivate inner peace, compassion, and wisdom. Join us to learn and listen to profound teachings and discover how to apply Buddhist philosophy in your daily life. Subscribe to the channel and transform your spiritual journey. The mindset we cultivate is like the soil in which we plant our intentions. If that soil is infertile, even the best seeds won't sprout. In Buddhism, we understand that the mind is the source of all creation. Our thoughts shape not only our perception, but also the reality we experience. When we talk about financial abundance, it's essential to reflect on how the beliefs we carry can trap us in cycles of scarcity. Often, we carry within us stories that no longer serve us. It could be the belief that we don't deserve prosperity, or the idea that money is something dirty. These narratives become chains that limit our potential. The first step towards financial transformation is to recognize these stories and question their veracity. Ask yourself, where does this belief come from? Is it an absolute truth or a social construction? By looking at reality with a critical and loving eye, we begin to dismantle these limitations. The practice of meditation is a powerful tool in this process. Through meditation, we can observe our thoughts without identifying with them. This separation allows us to see that we are more than our beliefs. By silencing the mind, we create space for new possibilities. Instead of focusing on lack, we can direct our attention to gratitude. Gratitude is a fundamental practice in Buddhism. When we focus on what we have rather than what we lack, we activate an energy of abundance. Giving thanks for the little things, such as a sunny day or a delicious meal, teaches us to value the present. This change in perspective not only clears our minds, but also attracts more good things into our lives. Letting go of what no longer serves us is an act of courage and self-love. We often cling to objects, relationships, or even jobs that keep us stuck in a mindset of scarcity. Detachment is a central principle of Buddhism. It teaches us that true happiness lies not in material possessions, but in the freedom to be who we really are. By letting go of these bonds, we create space for abundance to flow into our lives. The practice of letting go doesn't mean that we should abandon everything, but rather that we should evaluate what really brings value and joy. Ask yourself, does this serve me? Does it make me happy? If the answer is no, perhaps it's time to let go. Remember, life is a constant dance of coming and going. By releasing what doesn't serve us, we make way for new experiences and opportunities. Transforming our relationship with abundance involves a process of self-knowledge and acceptance. By allowing ourselves to change, freeing ourselves from limiting beliefs, and cultivating gratitude, we can transform our financial reality. Abundance is not just a question of money. It's a question of how we live and relate to the world. When the mind opens up to possibilities, the universe responds in ways we often can't predict. So embrace the journey of self-knowledge and allow yourself to experience the true abundance that is already available to you. When we talk about mindset and its influence on our financial reality, it is essential to understand that our mind is a powerful ally, but it can also be a source of limitations. In Buddhism, perception plays an essential role in the way we experience the world. The way we see financial situations is often shaped by deep-rooted beliefs that may not reflect the truth. To transform our reality, we first need to observe and question these beliefs. We often find ourselves trapped in cycles of scarcity, where the mindset of not having enough becomes predominant. This mental state not only affects how we perceive our own worth, but also how we interact with the world around us. The Buddhist teaching on impermanence reminds us that everything is constantly changing. What seems like scarcity today can turn into abundance if we change our perspective. Instead of focusing on what's missing, it's important to cultivate a mindset that recognizes and celebrates what we already have. The practice of gratitude is a powerful tool in this process. When we express gratitude, whether for small everyday things or for greater blessings, we are, in essence, affirming the abundance already present in our lives. This shift in focus can create a fertile space for new opportunities to arise. It's as if, by opening our eyes to what we already have, we begin to see possibilities that were previously hidden. In addition, the concept of detachment, central to Buddhism, is vital for transforming our relationship with wealth. Detachment doesn't mean living in poverty or renouncing material possessions, but rather freeing ourselves from the excessive attachment we have to these possessions. Attachment generates suffering because it makes us believe that happiness depends on external possessions. When we learn to let go of this attachment and see material possessions as tools, rather than definitions of who we are, we begin to live with more freedom. This freedom is what allows true abundance to enter our lives. Another important aspect is the practice of generosity. In Buddhism, giving is a way of cultivating an open heart and a prosperous mindset. When we give, whether it's time, resources, or love, we create a flow of energy that connects us with others and reminds us that we are part of a larger community. This connection not only enriches our spiritual life, but also changes our perception of what it means to be prosperous. Generosity teaches us that true wealth lies not in accumulation, but in sharing and compassion. Therefore, when reflecting on how mindset influences our financial life, it is essential to embrace gratitude, detachment, and generosity. These practices not only help us to let go of the bonds of poverty, but also invite us to live with a new perspective, where abundance is a reality that is already all around us. The path is not linear, but every step taken towards this transformation is a step towards true wealth, which is found in peace of mind and connection with the world. The practice of gratitude is fundamental to cultivating a mindset of abundance. In the Buddhist context, gratitude is not just a passing feeling, but a state of being that connects us with the present and helps us recognize the blessings that already exist in our lives. By practicing gratitude, we are invited to look at what we have rather than focusing on what we lack. This change of perspective is essential as it allows us to realize that true wealth lies not only in material goods, but also in the experiences, relationships, and lessons that life offers us. If you want to transform your life through the practice of gratitude, detachment, and generosity, the 21-day life-changing challenge with Buddhist practices and rituals is the opportunity you've been waiting for. Discover how these practices can open doors to true abundance. See more at the link in the first comment attached. In the Buddhist tradition, we learn that desire and attachment to material things often generate suffering. When we focus on what we don't have, we create a sense of scarcity that prevents us from seeing the abundance around us. The practice of gratitude helps us to dismantle this scarcity mentality, allowing us to appreciate the little things in everyday life: a smile, a sincere conversation, the beauty of nature. By doing this, we begin to attract more positivity into our lives, as the energy we emit reflects what we are willing to receive. A simple practice that can be incorporated into your daily life is the gratitude journal. Take a few minutes each evening to write down 3 things you are grateful for. It doesn't matter if they are small or big. The important thing is to recognize that, even in difficult times, there is always something to be grateful for. This practice not only transforms your mindset, but also creates an inner space of joy and contentment, which is a preamble to prosperity. Releasing what no longer serves you is an essential aspect of the path to abundance. We often hold on to limiting beliefs, fears, and even material objects that no longer reflect who we are or what we want. In Buddhism, we learn about the impermanence of all things. Just as the seasons change, we too are in constant transformation. Letting go is an act of courage and self-love, as it allows us to make room for new experiences and opportunities. To practice this release, start by reflecting on what in your life no longer brings you joy or purpose. It could be a habit, a relationship, or even a mindset that no longer serves your growth. By identifying these ties, you can begin to let go. This can be done through meditation, where you visualize these things dissipating, or even through symbolic rituals, such as donating objects you no longer use. The important thing is that this practice of letting go is not seen as a loss, but as an exchange. You are making room for what really matters and for the abundance that is to come. When we let go of what doesn't serve us, we create a fertile space for prosperity to enter our lives. Abundance manifests in many ways, and it often reveals itself in experiences, personal growth, and meaningful connections. By practicing gratitude and liberation, you not only transform your mindset, but also align yourself with the natural flow of life, allowing the universe to reciprocate your openness and willingness to receive. True wealth lies in the ability to live fully, appreciating every moment and every lesson that life offers us. The practice of generosity is one of the cornerstones of Buddhist teaching and can be a powerful antidote to financial scarcity. When we talk about generosity, we are not just referring to material donations, but to a state of mind that can manifest itself in various ways. Generosity is an act of love, a deep recognition that we are all interconnected. When we offer something, be it our time, attention, or resources, we are doing more than simply helping others. We are also cultivating a mindset of abundance within ourselves. Scarcity, on the other hand, often flourishes in our hearts when we cling to what we have, fearing loss. By practicing generosity, we begin to dismantle this mentality of lack. Instead of focusing on what we don't have, we start to realize what we can share. This change of focus is transformative. When we give, even symbolically, we make room for more blessings to enter our lives. It's as if we were saying to the universe, "I trust that there is enough for all of us." This trust generates a positive energy that attracts abundance. Remember that generosity doesn't have to be grandiose. A smile, a word of encouragement, or a gesture of affection are powerful forms of generosity that can impact someone's life. These small actions create a cycle of kindness and gratitude that connects us more deeply to the world around us. When we allow ourselves to be generous, we cultivate an open heart and, as a result, become recipients of abundance in our own lives. Another fundamental aspect of transforming our relationship with abundance is the practice of gratitude. Gratitude teaches us to look at what we already have, rather than dwelling on what we lack. In Buddhist philosophy, gratitude is a path to spiritual fulfillment. When we give sincere thanks, we not only recognize the blessings in our lives, but we also open our minds and hearts to more positive experiences. To cultivate gratitude, start a journal where you can write down 3 things you are grateful for every day. These can be as simple as a good cup of coffee in the morning, or the warmth of the sun on your face. The act of writing helps us to internalize and reflect on the good things that are already present in our lives. Over time, this practice can change our mindset, making us realize the abundance that has always been around us. Furthermore, when practicing gratitude, it's important to express it to others. A simple thank you can be very powerful. It not only strengthens your bonds with those around you, but also intensifies your own sense of contentment. When we recognize the contributions of others in our lives, we create a network of support and love that enriches our experience. So, by integrating generosity and gratitude into your life, you not only transform your mindset about prosperity, but you also become a beacon of light for those around you. This change in perspective can open unexpected doors, leading you down a path of abundance that previously seemed distant. By releasing the bonds of mental poverty, you connect with the essence of what it means to live in harmony with the world and with your own potential. The way you relate to abundance and scarcity can be profoundly shaped by your mindset. In Buddhism, understanding desire and attachment is fundamental to liberation. Poverty is often not only in our bank account, but also in our mind. Mental scarcity can create a prison that prevents us from seeing the opportunities around us. Therefore, an essential first step is to look at your beliefs about money and abundance. The practice of mindfulness is a powerful tool for this observation. When you become aware of your thoughts and feelings about money, you begin to notice patterns that may not be healthy. Ask yourself, what stories do I tell about wealth? We often grow up hearing that money is synonymous with greed, or that wealth is something reserved for the few. This can create a scarcity mentality where we believe that we will never have enough or that we need to struggle endlessly to achieve it. However, Buddhism teaches us that true wealth lies not only in material goods, but in the inner wealth, peace, and satisfaction that we can cultivate in our lives. When we let go of our attachment to money as an end in itself, we begin to realize that abundance is a quality of life that can be cultivated regardless of our financial situation. This change in perspective is liberating. An essential practice is gratitude. Giving thanks for the little things in everyday life, such as a meal, a meeting with a friend, or even the beauty of nature, can change your mindset. Gratitude connects us with the abundance that already exists in our lives. When we focus on what we have rather than what we lack, our energy and attention turn to the prosperity that already surrounds us. Releasing what no longer serves us is another crucial aspect. Attachment to material objects, limiting beliefs, and even toxic relationships can trap us in cycles of scarcity. In Buddhism, we learn to detach, to let go. This doesn't mean that we should live in deprivation, but rather that we can choose wisely what really values our lives. Ask yourself, what do I really need? What brings me joy? What chains me to scarcity? The act of letting go is not only physical, but also emotional and spiritual. By releasing what doesn't serve us, we create space for new opportunities. This practice can be challenging, as we often cling to what is familiar, even if it causes us suffering. But by allowing ourselves to let go, we open the door to a new reality where abundance can flow freely. Finally, remember that your mindset is a reflection of what you choose to cultivate in your life. Practice generosity, not only in material terms, but also in your actions and words. By sharing, you create a cycle of abundance that returns to you in unexpected ways. The universe responds to the energy you emanate. By adopting a mindset of abundance, you not only transform your own reality, but also positively impact those around you. In this way, prosperity becomes not just a goal, but a collective experience of love and compassion. Changing perspective is a fundamental key to understanding the relationship between mentality and financial reality. In Buddhism, we learn that our mind is the creator of our experience. Just as the lotus flower emerges from the mud, our reality can be transformed when we change the way we see and interpret the world around us. Often, scarcity is a reflection of a restrictive mindset, which prevents us from perceiving the opportunities that already exist in our path. Practicing generosity is a powerful way of challenging this mentality. When we give, even if it's something small, we are affirming our belief in the abundance of life. This generosity doesn't just have to be material. It can be time, love, or attention. By giving up what we have, even momentarily, we create space for more to flow into our lives. Generosity teaches us that we are part of a greater whole, where exchange and interconnection are essential. When we see ourselves as part of this flow, the idea of scarcity dissolves. Furthermore, the practice of gratitude is a powerful antidote to the scarcity mentality. By recognizing and appreciating what we already have, we shift our focus from what is lacking to the abundance that already exists in our lives. Gratitude is a recognition that we are sustained by the universe in ways we often don't realize. By cultivating this attitude, we attract more positive experiences and resources into our lives. It can be useful, for example, to start a gratitude journal where you record 3 things you are grateful for every day. This simple practice can, over time, profoundly alter your worldview. Letting go of attachment is another central practice in Buddhism that relates directly to our financial reality. Attachment to the idea that we need to have more to be happy or secure can lead us into a vicious cycle of dissatisfaction. By learning to let go, we can release the anxiety and fear that often surround us in relation to money. Detachment doesn't mean giving up what we have, but understanding that our happiness doesn't depend on material possessions. When we release this weight, we make room for new opportunities and experiences that can enrich our lives in unexpected ways. Meditation is also a valuable tool for transforming our mind and, consequently, our financial reality. Through meditation, we can observe our thoughts and emotions, identifying patterns that keep us stuck in cycles of scarcity. This practice teaches us to respond rather than react, allowing us to make more conscious choices about money and our desires. Over time, meditation helps us cultivate a calmer, clearer mind, capable of seeing beyond the superficiality of financial worries. Finally, remember that transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a continuous process of self-discovery and practice. Every small step we take towards a more abundant and generous mindset is a step towards freedom. By embracing Buddhist teachings and applying these practices in your daily life, you will not only transform your relationship with abundance, but also open doors to a richer and more meaningful life, where true prosperity goes beyond the material to the essence of being.